hazard.
What is it? It's not the generally. What is it, like the privately? See if we can get this in that corner over there. It was really close to hitting this corner. Or this
Yeah.
here.
It was like 4 inches.
Turn right. Left. Hard left. Hard left.
Okay.
Alright, that's good. Good job, son. I think this is the first time this Pinto's been in a garage or indoors in how long? Probably a couple decades, right?
Yeah.
Maybe longer. I doubt this thing was stored inside when it was being driven.
That
12 years ago, 13 years ago. But that's how I kept my truck from getting injured. And I even protected the bumper with a little bit of foam. Look at that. It's pretty straight. Perfect. Right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Still got a little bit of room to work. Okay, so I'm pulling down the headliner and had a little surprise. This might be why Sherman's obsessed with this thing.
Dead lizard. Oh my gosh. I almost did the other side.
Hey, sorry for the interruption. This is post-edit Jerry coming at you. I just want to let you know the first half of this video is a lot of like family interactions, family fun. Maybe the first third. If you don't want to watch that stuff, you could skip forward to around like the 25-minute mark or so, and the rest of the video is all fab work. It's motor mounts and transmission crossmember, a bunch of welding and grinding and really good stuff. So, I mean, I'd love it if you'd watch the first third, but I understand people get bored with that stuff. It would really help out if you did watch it though, you know? So, thanks. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the headliner out because it stinks in here.
Whoa.
And I think this has a lot to do with it. That nasty old insulation back there is just falling apart and it makes a huge mess. Ooh. Ooh. He's like, give me that, please. I want that. I want to chew that, and I want to roll in that. I want to smell like that. Almost got it. Oh, you almost got it that time. You almost got it that time. So I got some new wheels for the Pinto. These are, what do you call them, phone dials for a Mustang. I believe somebody painted over them. I'm not sure if that's a paint or not, but they're in bad shape. This one's obviously painted. So I went to Home Depot and I bought some of this, and we're gonna see if this will work. Okay, directions say to shake well. I've already been shaking it a while. And to pour it into a metal container and apply liberally, which we will do now. I got these little, you know, $1.50 brushes. But apply this all over. Hope it doesn't hurt the tire, because I might try to reuse this tire a little bit. I don't know, maybe not. I could at least put this wheel on and see what it looks like, see if it even fits. I think it will. I don't even know if there's anything on here, but we're gonna see. It's been like 15 minutes. Let's just see what happens here. That's a pretty wheel. I wish the other ones would come up this pretty. It's a shame this one has such bad road rash. Put a lot more of that material on here. That wheel's in really bad shape. It's very ugly underneath. If that even comes off, I might have to actually sandblast that one. It's pretty bad. I think this one will clean up if I can get all the paint off. These two will probably clean up okay. We got a crack right there and a dent. I don't know. Whatever. We'll clean them up and we'll throw this one on and just see what it looks like. If I even want to go with this style. I may just sell them. I don't know. But they are wider. They're 15 by 7, so I could put a little bit bigger meats on them, you know? But I'll update you once I get them cleaned up, I guess. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Smashing stuff?
I got this nail.
Smash it.
How?
I don't know.
That way?
Sure. You know what this bottom section's for? Pipe. No, stick it in these little holes. It'll kind of stay put. So the wife's cleaning up her daily driver, and we've just been kind of messing around. I've been working on a lot of the electrical components, so let me show you where we're at. I'm gonna put the breaker box here somewhere. I got a conduit right here going up over the door. I know it's hard to hear me. Goes to that junction box, and there that flex will go to the light that shines out. I got a line, a conduit that comes down here to the outlets that I'll have between the doors. Another conduit will go over here to a J box there. And you can't see it, but there's another J box over there somewhere. So those two lights will plug into it. I'll have these two lights that'll plug into that one, and that'll be on a switch circuit. From the wires will go through that other conduit, which goes this way, comes down here, and across, and I'll have switches here. I'm hoping I can get the 4, you know, the little one, little one, little one, little one, and not have to put another J box. I got this ugly bent conduit going up here. That was hard to do, but it actually fits between the sheet metal and the frame. Another flex for a porch light, and I got to continue that way. So that's where I'm at right now. I need some more conduit, and I will, you know, the box is there. I'll run some conduit to there. But what I want to do, let's go ahead and throw this wheel on and see what it looks like.
I'm in slippers.
Well, I'm in sandals. At least you don't have Crocs on. Here's your tool.
Okay, this is a wrench.
Is that what that is?
Looks like a duck.
It's a duck wrench. That's exactly what that's called. How'd you know? That's a duck wrench. Right, Lily?
Yeah.
Okay, let me guess again. A lug nut wrench. A
Mommy just said it.
fork tool.
Yes,
thing,
honey. Yes.
Thing of a bob thing. Why is it bent?
That's a torque tool because I put too much torque on it.
Okay. Wow.
It's not supposed to be bent.
Hey, Mommy.
It is a chrome vanadium.
Mommy.
Okay.
Mommy.
That's a chrome vanadium. Yeah.
Mommy, if you call it that, then why aren't you twerking?
All right, so I think it goes on. It goes both ways. Okay.
Yes, it's fluid.
Huh,
It's
okay.
fluid.
Okay. So
Directional
these little
fluid.
dot things. I assume
Hey, look at you. You're doing something nobody does.
now righty tighty, lefty loosey. Oh my gosh!
We ought to probably jack up the car first. Well, let's just do that. Now you can break the
Okay.
lug nuts loose.
Wait, so I'm good. Okay. Okay.
Look at you go.
You need to buy your dad a new one of these because this is like all wonky. It's like, wah, 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 wah. Look at
I have a bunch of tire irons, and that's
Okay.
not what that is. That's just a breaker bar.
Dose.
Duh.
Trace.
Watch your hand. If that breaks loose, you hit the fender.
Okay.
What
It's easier to push down on something.
I got it, I got it, I got it.
You got it. Look at you. Superwoman. That's called a phone dial wheel. Notice it's got the 10 holes. So that's called a phone dial. That's
Oh,
the
phone
style.
dial. I thought you said foam. Like
Phone dial. And those came
Oh,
on
neat. That's so
lots
cool.
of
Like,
years
bloop.
of Mustangs, but that particular one is an SSP, which means it came off a Department of Public Safety State Trooper
It says
Mustang.
Hercules right there.
Did you hear me? Anybody?
Yeah, it came off of a State Farm Mustang.
Yeah.
What?
That's a State Farm insurance salesman's Mustang, and we're gonna see if it looks good on the Pinto.
Sorry, honey.
A lot of them are black, and they had a chrome center cap from the factory.
I had one too many drinks.
You had one drink.
One too many.
Good Lord.
No? Okay.
You got it, honey. You got it. Just, you will get it.
Hey, 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 okay.
Look at you go. You did a thing.
Yay. This is called your brake disc
Okay, that's one word for it.
or brake pad,
Rotor.
rotor.
Where's the pad? Oh my God, you did.
This-
You really did that, didn't
This
you?
is the
Tell me.
clamper majiggy thing.
Close. I mean,
brake.
a lot of those letters in the word clamp are in the real word.
Disc brake.
This is disc
Disc
brakes.
brake.
Oh, sorry, Sherman.
What is this?
That is the
Your
squeeze-
brake.
That's the squeezer.
Sherman, come.
That's your brake. Whole system is your brake.
Uh huh.
Okay. Does that need to be in there?
Yeah, that's part of the brakes. That's a spider egg sac.
Ugh.
My God, did you think this was a car part? What was that? Have you never seen a spider?
Are there spiders in there?
Maybe. What's wrong with you?
We gotta kill them.
All right. This is the brake rotor or disc. This
right.
is the brake caliper.
Okay, what is
Think
this?
about-
What is this
We're
really
right
do?
That is the upper ball joint. This is
Okay.
the upper control arm.
She just ruined those brakes by putting her finger
And what
on
about all that?
That is the rubber dust seal for the upper ball joint that is blown out. It doesn't mean the ball joint is bad. It just means that the grease is exposed to dust, and
Okay.
I mean it needs to be rebuilt. But this is Mustang 2 parts.
So it's kind of like a femur.
This is really good components.
Joint?
That is a lot like a femur. Good
Like
point.
a
That's like the
bloop,
ball and socket
Yep.
kind of.
And you put your...
But this has two of them. There's one upper and lower, so you have these 2 points, 2 axes.
Hey, we're learning about axes in a math class right now.
Oh yeah?
The
What do you know
X-
about axes?
The X and the Y axis. They...
Axis and allies.
I say we're
Germany-
learning and I'm the teacher.
Germany, Italy, America. Sit.
America wasn't Axis.
Sit. I already said the Axis. The Axis was Germany and Italy
Okay,
and Japan.
that's right.
And the
The what?
Allies was
Allied.
America.
Look at, I gotta get this.
No, America, Great Britain.
Look at her, muscle that thing.
I'm in slippers and I'm gonna slip.
Look at her muscle it.
I can't line it up good though.
All right, here.
I just gotta jimmy it on there.
Who's Jimmy?
I'm close.
You're close.
GMT, Jimmy?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay. It looks like it's gonna have pretty good offset. See, the little bitty skinny wheels, they didn't stick out very much, and it made it look like the wheel was so far in. I think this is bringing the face of the wheel out. It's gonna look a lot better. Righty tighty. Do you think we should paint the Pinto?
Yes,
Absolutely.
with tractor paint.
Okay,
Tractor
now I guess you can lower the jack.
What color
because
should we paint the Pinto?
It's like mostly
Orange. You think we should go back to
mostly
factory
tan.
color, huh?
Such a good boy.
Come on, girl, you got it. Yep, that's it.
You're good boy, Sherman.
You're getting it. Keep going. Look at you.
So hard. Balls.
All right.
Do you trust me to tighten it, or maybe you should do
I mean,
the
it's
rest?
not like we're hitting the highway anytime soon.
Yeah, but what if you
These
forget
wheels are
to
coming
do
off to
this?
get new tires at some point before we drive this thing.
What if you forget to do this and then...
Babe,
Yeah.
Big.
got a lot of work to do here.
Okay.
A long time before this thing hits the road.
Here you are.
Thanks, Yar.
What do you call that?
Porthole
Fishbowl?
window. Porthole.
What hole? Who's...
Bunghole.
What?
Butthole
Who's-
window.
You're bad. And this is the gas thing. Is it supposed to be that rusty?
Yeah, it comes from the factory, Rusty.
Oh wow, you can smell it. Look at that. Look at
It's so
that.
smart.
Their questions are just... I guess people would ask those questions,
Hey,
right?
Oh, that's not good. That is very raw.
Hey, this car is very holy, okay?
Yeah.
It's a holy car.
Ow! You're gonna get Tetris.
Tetris?
Yeah. Tetris.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't want to get that Tetris. Yeah. That'll cause an addiction to video games if you get Tetris.
That was the best video game ever.
Okay, so the family, I think the general consensus is they want me to paint it orange, which I think's awesome.
Okay, you say orange, I say orange.
I say orange.
You say what?
Orange.
East Coasters, orange. Orange.
Orange?
Orange.
I don't think orange starts with an A.
She says, it's orange.
How do you say orange? Orange or orange? Orange or orange?
Orange. Orange.
That right there says orange. Orange. Orange.
Orange.
Orange.
It's orange.
Range.
Or
Orange.
is your
Orange.
eyesight bad? That's an O. It's not
I
an
say,
A.
hey, I'm hungry. Can I have an orange?
You don't eat oranges.
Orange.
Who eats oranges? You only make juice out of orange
I
juice.
eat oranges.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
See, she says orange.
She eats everything.
She says it like how I
What do
say
you eat?
it.
Oranges.
Oranges? She says orange.
She says
Yeah,
orange.
she says it right. She's saying orange, not orange.
It's
Orange.
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 Oh my gosh, how long is this gonna be?
I would like an orange.
Orange and okay, look at this word.
I'm looking at the back of your head.
And where are you getting the? Cause okay, I see it now.
It's not orange.
Orange.
Orange. Orange.
I want to try some of this orange juice.
I'd like to try it actually. That's pretty good.
I know,
Orange.
these are good. Right here.
How do you say it, Lily?
Orange.
Orange.
Texans.
Texans.
Texas forever.
Didn't shut all the way.
Okay.
Didn't shut all the way.
I can shut it.
Oh, God. Okay.
I can shut it.
Put your hip into it.
Ooh, girl.
About flipped it over.
And that's why Lily messes with Lily. She bent this with her bare hands. Ow, Lily.
Ow. You beat me up? I'm going to be bruised.
Yeah, you are.
The doctor's gonna check on me and ask if I'm getting abused at home. Is your wife hurting you? It's my daughter.
Ow, guys.
Lily. You're like,
I don't know when they're gonna punch hard.
Ah, oh man, I felt that one. Yeah. Oh man, you guys, easy.
All right, my turn.
She's like, ah!
I'm ready.
Follow through. Come on, punch through me.
Ow. Okay. This is parental abuse, and it needs to stop. Yep, we're good.
No more.
You need your ball? Oh, sorry.
No more, girl. I'm sore. This is your ignition. Now, this is a funky model. It has 2 spark plugs for every cylinder. Yeah.
What?
It's got 8 spark plugs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is like what would take the place of the carburetor but the fuel is directly injected in.
So it's pretty much just a normal engine, but it's like upgraded.
Yes, it's upgraded. That's why I wanted this. I could have found an old Pinto 2.3 with a carburetor, and it would have fit perfectly. Would have had the right oil pan. It would have dropped right in with no customization.
Oil pan?
Oil pan.
Oh?
Oil pan. It would have had the right oil pan. Oil pan. And what, are you turning into your mom? Anyways, I could have done that, but I wanted fuel injection. Sure, I could have done, Holley EFI or something, but I don't know. I felt like doing this, and there was nobody else on the internet that did this. I need to get some parts off the Mustang, so I got to go get it from up there and somehow push it back around to the shop. Let's go do that. Can't get the door to stay open, and I don't think I have a battery in here, so I can't get the top down. This might be really hard to do. What's ain't much in here. Is there a rock behind the tire? Yes, there is. All right. Let's just see what happens, I guess. Oh, brakes work. There we go. We're rolling. No mirror? I have one mirror. Oh, come on. There we go. It's all downhill. Oh shit, I ain't enough brakes. Get this e-brake ready. E-brake does work pretty good. Oh, it works too good. Oh, come on. Roll. Come on, baby. What? Literally on an incline. How are we not? Oh, here we go. Oh shit. Sorry. Oh, watch out, swing. Fuck. That swing caught the deck lid, almost ripped it off. Let's stop here and get the gate open. This swing, I thought it would just kind of bounce off the car and move. It went right under the deck lid. It went like in there, and it got stuck. And we kept backing up and it shot up in the air. It sounded like I was gonna rip the trunk open. Anyways, I gotta get this door open. There we go. Here we go. Get in before I die. Okay, we made it to the driveway. Future patch panels. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Right, straight, left a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, straight, Keep going.
Turn right. Right hard.
Hard?
Yeah.
Like that?
That's good right there. That's perfect. Now can you pull up the e-brake?
Yeah.
I got a nice C10. I got a nice, 4Runner for the wife. I got a nice truck for me. And I put these two pieces of crap in here. People are going to start to think I'm going crazy. That other engine needs all these wires, a lot of these wires and stuff. So we got to get that all out of the Mustang before we get rid of the Mustang. And I want to get rid of the Mustang as soon as possible. Well, it's not like we're fixing this thing. Its heart is in the Pinto. Do you love the Mustang's heart? All right, well, then you can drive the Pinto. Let's get this thing jacked up and maybe we can take a look at the starter fitment. A lot of room there now. Kind of clean it up so I could lay a brug down here since I don't have a creeper so that I can really inspect. Here we are, my first look under this thing. Besides that, we got good room. That's really jammed. I need to redirect this line. Looks like the engine needs to come forward, but it can't because it's touching the sway bar. It sucked to have to remove that sway bar. Wonder if I can locate it forward somehow. Starter goes here. I got a bolt in that hole. There ain't no freaking way that's gonna fit, is there? There is a giant storm rolling in right now.
False alarm.
Let's get back to work. I want to see if I can get this starter installed or not. I'm pulling out the motor mount right now. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's in the way. If I can get the motor mount out of the way, I think I can get the starter in. So let's try. Ah, it fell off. There it is. It's loose. You know, one thing that has just kind of really hit me is that for the first time in 8 years, 8 years, is that right? Yeah, for the first time in 8 years, I'm not working in the mud or the rocks. I'm on hard concrete with a rug, and it's so nice. I don't have rocks in my back. When I drop a screw, it's right there. It's right there where it fell. I can find it. It's a good feeling, It's on the ground. Turn on, stay on. This thing just stops recording randomly. Okay, here's the starter in my hand. Can I get the starter in this opening? That is the question. I mean, we're close. Ish. Oh. Maybe it's possible. The starter's going in the direction of its home. This way. Oh my God, is it gonna work? It's so close to working. I mean, what? I gotta show you all this. I got crap in my eyeball, but I gotta show you. There's the starter, and there's the gap at the bottom. That's how close we are to making this fit. So I never mentioned it before, but I was super concerned that I was gonna have to abandon the Lima project. I thought maybe the starter's not gonna fit, it's gonna hit the Crossmember, there's no way to make this work. I was getting real negative about it. So I'm really happy. I just proved that it will work. The starter will fit. Milestone in my book, milestone, because now I know I don't have to give up on this. So next thing, I guess I'm gonna start tearing into the wiring harness on the Mustang, pulling out chunks and putting them here. Also, that needs to all go there. This, the brain, plug in, go. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about the slow progress on the Pinto's engine swap. I've been trying to get stuff done like this, making this little fence, you know, rebuilding my roof. What do you call that thing? Just a little covered walkway so we can get from the door kind of to our cars or to the shop and have that covered. It was a lot of work. Trying to make it look neat, right? So I'm building gates right now so we don't have to worry about the dog. In the morning we just let him out and he goes straight to the backyard. Right now he can run away. So I'm trying to get this knocked out, and it's kind of hampering progress, but we'll get there. I'm getting back on the Pinto as soon as I get some gates done. Real quick, I wanted to show you this. We now have a working gas pedal. That's awesome. So I've been spending exhaustive hours studying these wiring diagrams, trying to find forums where people did this kind of swap, or any kind of 2.3 Lima into whatever, you know. DIY standalone is what I want to know. And I can't find any information. Nobody's done this. People have put these engines in Mustangs and Rangers, but they've never put them in something that didn't really take it, you know. Anyways, I'm getting to the point where I think what I need to do is just get a battery. I just put a new one in the C10, so maybe I'll grab that battery, put it in here, turn the key on, and just see where I have power. Where's the hot at? And if that's the case, I can get, you know, positive to my ignition. I mean, I think I could figure out on the Mustang's harness what needs positive, you know, where the positive needs to go to the ECU, and where the positive needs to go to the start solenoid, or the, what was it, the relay box, I forget what it's called. And then, you know, obviously battery power to the starter. And I can even do a push button start if I need to. I feel like I'm a little bit in over my head, but I'm just gonna kind of charge through it and see where we get. Okay, quick update. I got the starter in. It's bolted up tight. I got a 1/2-inch sheet of plywood between the oil pan and the rack, and it is sitting on that. So now I have clearance around the starter. Pretty much clearance everywhere except the oil pan. Let me show you. The sway bar is causing problems. As you can see, here is the drain bolt for the oil pan. See how close that is? I mean, a 1/16 of an inch maybe, touching the rack there. So look how tight we are. I mean, I have a 1/16 inch gap here. So these lines are touching the oil pan. This one I had to bend this rubber hose. Now I think I could probably reroute that differently. I'm not sure if I'm even going to utilize the power steering, but I want to. So I think what I'm going to do is remove the sway bar for now, shove the entire engine assembly forward, because back here, you can't really see it, but there's that aluminum plate. I got some room to move forward if I need to. So I think I'll move it forward, get myself like at least a 1/4 inch, maybe a little more, 7/16 or something, of a gap between the back of the oil pan and the rack. That'll move this entire area forward. And then when I'm ready to put the sway bar back on, I could just drill new holes or do something to shift this forward the same amount. Same thing here. There is some adjustability, but not quite enough. But, you know, 3 bolts. All right, I got the sway bar completely out of my way. Also, I removed the AC compressor, the bracket for the AC compressor, the idler, the belt. I removed this little tube. I'm not going to use that little recirculation thing to the intake. I got a box full of 3/16 steel plates and straps and all kinds of stuff. Some 1/4 inch too. Is it a 1/4 inch? No, it's 3/16 and some 1/8 inch. So it is time now to fabricate motor mounts. Man, now that I've removed that AC compressor, there's so much room on the left side of the engine, which is where the exhaust is. There's so little room over here. But it's not that bad. It was tight in the Mustang too. The cool thing about all this room over here is, I mean, I'd love to have AC again one day, but the battery goes here, And then I have all this room here now, which is perfect for the turbocharger, right? What do I need to weld? I wrote it down. Motor mounts, transmission cross member, driver door where it's broken by the mirror, and floor pans. And I think I have a visitor coming. Say hi.
Hi. I have 1,200 Hot Wheels on the dot.
You have what?
1,200 Hot Wheels.
1,200 Hot Wheels, exactly. Did you forget the one on your top shelf with your models?
I didn't count anything else. I just counted the ones in the bucket.
Oh, so you have a whole bunch of randoms here and there too. But in the bucket, 1,200 Hot Wheels on the dot. Quite the collection, son. Soon it'll be real cars. Are you leaving already?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I started out with like 200 Hot Wheels when I was a kid and gave them to him. I thought it was a lot, but over the period of 10 years or so of buying a Hot Wheels almost every time you go to the store, that's what you end up with. 1,200. He's probably got about closer to 1,300. Anyways, where were we at? So I feel like the most important thing right now is to get the engine mounted. So I want to do motor mounts and transmission cross member. So I'm going to fine tune the engine placement. I'm going to get that spacer swapped out to a 1/4 inch because I need to lower the engine as much as possible because the hood hits that right there. And I don't want to modify the hood. It's in really good shape. I hate scoops and cowls and all that stuff. I think it's ugly. I like something to look as stock as possible. And not like this. I mean, if this was like an LS or a 302 or something, it's different. But being that it is pretty much a stock engine, just 15 years newer, nobody needs to know that. I don't need to advertise that, right? It's time to use a grinder again. And if you're new to the channel, you don't know why that's a big deal to me. Go back and watch the Gladiator, what is it, part 3? Gladiator Draws Blood. Big mishap with a grinder in my chin. So, super cautious now. But before I get started with the welder, I wanted to start prepping all the metal for weld. So, clean up the surfaces where the welds will hit and slap it under there and get to arcing. Like I said before, I'm no pro welder, but I have enough experience to know that prep work is like 95% of the work. And if you don't prepare your metal right, you end up with really crappy welds. I mean, there's not enough flux to fix painting over or welding over paint. And not just paint, but oily surfaces too. That'll ruin a weld. This vise is too high. I think I want to make a little stand to get my vise down lower, because I don't like working like this. I'd rather work like this, This is too in my face. All right, so this is ready. I'll go ahead and install this. I probably ought to take the other old motor mount off and clean its surfaces, but let's install this, see where it hits, and once I know where it's going to hit, then I know where to grind, right? About 15 hours later, I've gotten nowhere. I had to take the motor mount back out. I got to cut off these tabs, and I got to notch out this section right here. I'm going to have to do a lot of reinforcing when I'm done, but man, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. This is why this video is taking so long to get out, is because it's so many tedious little things, and I thought I was ready for the welder. I don't think I'm ready yet. Anyways, let me get to work on this. Getting hungry. batteries are terrible. Forever later, I got the motor mount in. It's ready to tack up. It doesn't look great. The way it's sitting there looks kind of crappy. I can't really get to much to tack it, but I'm going to just tack what I can, hope that it kind of holds the right spot, and hopefully I can get it out of there. Yeah, whatever. Let's just see if we can get it to stay. Ugly, but together. Mistakes were made. I just welded it to the point where I can't even access one of the bolts to take the motor mount off.
This guy's a moron!
I'm gonna have to cut some metal out or cut the welds that I just made, which is gonna be nearly impossible. One step forward, two steps back, right? We'll get it done. But it's not old school. It's a Ford Corvette. I had to step away for a moment after trying to get that motor mount off. It was really getting the better of me. So I called it a night, had a drink, and got some sleep on it. And in the morning, I went after it. I used up about 4 Harbor Freight saw blades on my jigsaw, or my Sawzall, and got it apart. I got it off. And what I did is before I took it off, I welded this on. This goes to a bolt that holds on probably the power steering pump. And I'm gonna chop this off and use this. I'll pretty it up, I'll weld it up better. I'm gonna use this as the third mounting bolt instead of that. And I think I should be able to get it exactly where it was and weld it back up. And I'm gonna cut away some excess metal that's not necessary to try to make it fit in there better, you know? So I'm gonna work on that. Hit it with a grinder, not so much to cover welds, because the welds aren't bad, it's just I don't want to get cut. Oh, I did want to run a weld right there. Alright, so here's a motor mount that I made using the original Mustang 2.3's motor mount and a new motor mount for a Mustang 2.3, even though it's not the right one. Whatever. Look at that. It's pretty much in... Wow, it's almost in place. Come on. All right. Last one. I did it. It's in. Oh, that only took like real time, probably 6 hours to fabricate that motor mount. Way too long. When you're in uncharted territory, this is kind of the crap you got to deal with, right? Nobody makes one, so you have to fabricate one. And it ended up fitting really well, despite all that pain. And the cool thing is, I did the hard side first. I love knocking out the hard side first because you learn from all your mistakes, and then you know what to do when you go to the easy side, and it's much easier. I'll show you why it's the easy side. Hard side, can't even see the motor mount. Easy side, it's right there. Here's the passenger side motor mount installed, and you can see that it's too low and it's too far back. So I chopped these things off, and I bolted them up. Kind of crooked, but I don't know. Maybe I'll cut that tab, or maybe I'll just take this piece, cut that angle on it right here, so that it kind of lines up. And I'm thinking I might split this like maybe a 1/2 inch and just bend it over. You know, so then when I weld this on, it's bent at the right angle. I don't know, I'll just do it and maybe you'll know what I was talking about. All right, this is what I was talking about. So I buddy, watch out. I weld this onto that tab, and then I bent that little piece over and I'll weld that directly to the motor mount. Sherman, what do you want? What? All right, so this is what I came up with. Yeah, it's not great, but I'm gonna add some pieces, reinforce it. I think I'm gonna also add a gusset all the way. I gotta film it, don't I? I'm gonna gusset from here up this way, you know, and then I'll put a triangle piece in there. Get these welds really good and smooth too. Heat treatment? Whatever. I got a lot of grinding to do. So my welder started acting up, and then it bird nested. So that explains why it was acting up. I think I need more tension on my reel. So, but I got the welds on, and I'm just gonna really put the grinder use on this one. That's okay. It's just a motor mount. It's not to be seen. So I'm gonna take a break. The boy made a video, wants me to help him edit it for his channel, Little Texas Hillbilly, if you haven't known. And then I gotta help my buddy, who's running for school board, do some block walking. Try to get him elected. All right, I got the motor mount finally cleaned up, and this is the result. I just painted it. It's probably about dry enough to install anyways. Just kind of moved it to the right. A lot. Let's see if that actually goes. Whoa. Holy crap, it just threaded in. That motor mount is in. What? Motor mount installed completely. Here is the right side motor mount. I know you can't see, it's kind of dark, but that's it. It's in. It's not touching there. It's not touching there. Now that corner way back here is my concern, and it's clear. Guys, there you have it. The swap nobody asked for, a 15-year-old or 15-year newer 2.3 installed in the 78 Pinto. It's in, guys. It's in. That's a step-by-step instructions on how not to make motor mounts, because they're pretty crappy. But hey, I probably could have got some universal mounts and just started from scratch and ended up with something better, but whatever. They're on. It's in. Next step, transmission. Exciting. I think I'm gonna throw the battery in real quick. Not necessarily hook it up, maybe. Maybe we'll hook it up and see if any lights work. That'd be exciting. Now, the main reason I picked this battery is, I mean, it has these extra studs here. It's really high cold cranking amps. It was pretty cheap, but most importantly, it's got a go handle. No, sorry, wrong show.
Maybe never say that part again.
That's not why I bought it. Bought it because it was cheap mostly. So next, let's see if we can hook up some sort of power supply to the car. and maybe we'll just see what happens if you hit the key, or, you know, see if any lights work. Headlights. We have headlights and one running light. No freaking way. I know the taillights don't work. High beam indicator or high beam switch works, but nothing else in here works. So maybe I have a bad fuse. I don't know. Like nothing does anything. The key does nothing. Man, spring break's already almost over. I mean, today's Sunday. I gotta go back to the real world tomorrow. I got a lot done though. Motor mounts are done. Transmission crossmember's done. Just need to install it. I'll show you that in a minute. The door, I don't know if I ever showed you the door where the mirror is. It was real loose. The door, somebody had welded it with, I don't even know what they used, a freaking coat hanger. Anyways, it was all broken and flopping. Every time you shut the door, the mirror goes like that. I welded that up. It was hard to do. It's hard to get in there and actually get a bead on something, but I did. I put a bead somewhere I shouldn't have put a bead, but whatever. 77 Pinto, right? So all these booger welds were already there. I cleaned them up and I ran more booger weld on top of them. I actually penetrated the door skin, and then I put a bead at the top of this to this A-pillar. You know, there's not supposed to be anything there. It's supposed to be like a, you know, the door just touches it. But I ran a bead in there. I don't care. The transmission crossmember is here on the pit. So I painted it while it was hot, chopped off the transmission crossmember. I added these pieces of metal. I actually gusseted that one. This one, it's right against the frame, so I'd have to put something inside there. That's okay. It's 3/16 steel. It's welded on both sides, completely seam welded. This one actually had two pieces put together. Whatever, it should be fine. Made that side smooth because it's going to be on the frame, and this side I smoothed the spot for a bolt hole. So we can install this and drill holes. I think that's the next step. Transmission crossmember is in. Now I only had 3/8 hardware, so I gotta go get some 1/2-inch bolts and replace these. And I'm gonna weld the nut to the other side so you can just run a bolt into a welded nut. You know what I mean? So this is sandwiched by 3/16 plate steel on this crossmember. I think that's strong enough. It should be. If not, whatever. I'll move on and continue reinforcing. The factory Mustang one has rubber mounts on each end. Well, the center thing is some sort of hydraulic rubber mount. So I think this is going to be more than enough. I mean, hell, I was tempted to weld these things solid. So this is better than that. Engine and transmission are now on their own, you know, attached to the vehicle, completely finished mounted. It's done, guys. I guess, thanks for watching. And sorry it took so dang long to post this, but stay tuned because I'm going to be working on this here and there, trying to get the electrical system working. Once I get power everywhere I need it and I get this thing cranking, you know, I might put like a push button and a switch just for now. in the dash, like race car style. I know it could get stolen easy, whatever, but I might do that, and that way it's super easy to wire. Also, I need to figure out a fuel pump because I believe this thing needs like 38 to 43 PSI or something like that. I have a clicky clack, but it only goes up to like 8 PSI. The factory pump was on the side of the block. I don't know. Obviously, I can't use that. This doesn't have the block style pump. So I don't know what they have. Is there some sort of drop-in for a Pinto tank that can increase your PSI? And also I need a return line. So I might just drop the Mustang gas tank out and put it over here, you know, behind the Pinto and run the lines and try to use that. But then I have to buy a new fuel pump for Mustang, so I don't know. Drop it in the comments. What do you suggest I do for the fuel system? If you made it this far in the video, how do I get 38, 40, whatever PSI to my fuel rail? How do I handle a return line that goes to, you know, how do I retain a Pinto tank? It only has one line coming out. It doesn't have a return. What do I do? I mean, help me out. It's kind of going crazy with searching stuff, you know what I mean? And I do not want to put a fuel cell. I want this thing to be as factory as possible. So thanks for watching this episode of Texas Hillbilly. If you want to, give this video a like. It really helps me out a lot.